by the fit of your garment, by the part in your hair.
Hello, I'm Lee Davis, and I'm here today to talk to you about the self-titled debut album by one of the greatest actresses of all time, and one of my very favorite actresses of all time. That, of course, would be the great, the very beautiful, the very talented Lisa Zane. Lisa Zane is just a tremendous actress. Me being a shameless horror geek, I'm not ashamed to say I discovered her acting prowess and skills in the movie Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. And what drew me to Lisa Zane and her acting was how well she filled out a role like that. And before you jump to conclusions, I would say it was a role very suited for an actress like Lisa Zane. The Nightmare on Elm Street gals, if you will, have all, of course, been very talented actresses, in my opinion. Just to name a couple, there was Heather Langenkamp and Patricia Arquette, of course, but one thing about Lisa Zane is she portrayed a character that deviated from the typical Freudian and innocent girl losing her innocence, having to tough up to go up against in a face-off with the razor-gloved wielding maniac, Freddy Krueger, of course portrayed by the fantastic Robert Englund, who I don't think has a debut CD singing out, but Lisa Zane does. Lisa Zane deviated from that. Hers was a character that definitely had more depth and more dimension. Not to say those other actresses weren't great. It was just a different kind of character, and the way she portrayed it was very intriguing. And yeah, I really grew to appreciate her as an actress after seeing that movie. And later on, of course, I would branch off into other directions, other genres of film that I typically would not bother to check out, were it not for the inclusion of Lisa Zane. And this, of course, brings me up to her music. This is not the kind of music I would typically search out necessarily, but in this instance, I'm, of course, very, very happy that I did. I was excited to learn that this CD existed. And as it goes with me, typically my musical library consists primarily of very heavy and abrasive and obnoxious heavy metal, but of course I do have a section in my library for very pleasant and pretty music. Of course, me being unashamed to admit occasionally listening to Enya and Mare Brennan and other great Celtic music. Not to mention the wonderful Gabrielle Angelique and Hello Gabriel. And of course I've listened to Suzanne Vega since I was a kid, and now I'm just very happy to add this to that little corner of my listening library. And she brings something new to even that small corner, something new and something very special. And of course, needless to say, I'm definitely not the best man in the world to review this kind of music, but I'll do my best. This is jazz, Latin flavored jazz. It's melancholy at times. It's very romantic. It's just beautiful music. It would not capture my heart were it not for Lisa Zane's beautiful singing voice. And so yes, this is one of those things that, even though it's very far off the beaten path for my musical tastes, you still just absolutely have to love it no matter who you are. There is a lot to be said about her musicians, and they're listed here, and I'd just like to point out they are credited as a guitar by Romero, percussion by David Silliman, bass by Mario Rodriguez, a violin by Chris Cardona, and of course there's more talents in the production of this and the engineering and whatnot. But I would suggest you just buy the album and enjoy the experience for yourself. And I'm also very excited to report to you that Lisa Zane does have a new CD coming out. I think it's called Valley of Love, and you know it's going to be great. And it's lisazane.com is where you can keep up on her singing work, her music, as well as her acting and other things. So very cool. I'm very happy to learn about this side of her career, and I would maintain that this is a testimony to how very talented musicians like this seem to be a little too obscure. I think it's kind of ridiculous because all the booty shaking nonsense is, of course, oversaturating the mainstream and stuff like this. You just don't see it out there, no matter how great it is. I find that extremely, I don't know if I'd say that's tragic, ironic, but disappointing. If you happen to be a lover of music, but you don't like all the death metal I listen to, if you like pretty music, then you know, what are you waiting for? What else can be said about Lisa Zane? I don't know. I think she possesses a very classical element to her approach to singing. She's always had a very pretty voice. She's done cartoon voice acting before. I can't remember the cartoons right offhand. I think one was Biker Mice from Mars, which I never watched. But all I can say is that I imagine she probably portrayed a dark female character, probably a villain. And I think her website showed some pictures, so maybe I've already had a hint of that. But of some of the cartoon characters she's done voice acting for, she was in Monkey Bone as Medusa, and I always kind of enjoyed that movie for its Tim Burton-esque imagination and whatnot. You remember that one? I do. I watched it not too long ago, and yeah. Okay, here I am just rambling away. Blah blah blah. What else can be said about the great Lisa Zane? Yeah, I think I've covered it all. This is out. Not enough people know about it, but now hopefully after watching this, you do. And I hope you go ahead and check it out. And it's available for MP3 download, I believe. And I think actually the physical CDs are actually hard to come by. I think there's only a couple of independent distributors working through Amazon distributing this. But when the second one comes out, go for it. And well, yeah. You know when you get that feeling like you're forgetting something important, and you're gonna feel like an idiot later for leaving it out. Well, that's what I'm feeling right now. But I'll just go for it and close up here, wrap up. Once more, for good measure, I'm going to stress to you that Lisa Zane is a great actress, and this CD is obviously, in my opinion, underappreciated. And thank you, Lisa, for your kindness and for all your talent and what you've brought to film and Freddy Krueger movies. And
That's all.
okay, everybody, that's it.
All.